Hi everyone, this is the refresher session for all the facilitators who are going to conduct the SMART goals briefing for our FFF July 2020. SMART goals, the acronym SMART basically stands for specific. Okay, so when you want to set a SMART goal, it has to be specific. So in order to answer the specific element of the SMART goal, the questions that you should have in mind is like, what do you want to achieve and how we will focus your efforts and so on. In terms of measurable, it's how you actually measure, how you actually plan to measure the progress towards the goal. So it's not actually measuring the end goal. It's like you can break down your larger goal into smaller parts so that you can actually plan and measure each milestone along the way. And in terms of the element of attainable, you have to think in the aspect of whether do you have the resources to achieve the goal, and also all the barriers which are present in order for you to overcome to achieve this particular goal. And in terms of relevant, um, you should focus on how will achieving this goal impact you or your role. For example, for your role as a lecturer, how will actually improving certain techniques of teaching or improve your delivery and also improve the student learning. Okay, and in the broader terms, you should also consider that how does it bring any benefit to you or the society, or in terms of our students and so on. And next point is time bound, SMART. T stands for time bound, and it's very advisable to actually set a goal which you actually set a time limit for it or a target date, or you can even break it down into smaller target dates for milestones along the way. So now we will look into some examples of SMART goals. So the first example, this is my personal SMART goal. So I will use synchronous discussion boards on vision to implement problem-based learning on differentiation for the semester 2 April 2020 cohort. Okay, I'm explaining this specific part here, SMART. So S stands for specific. So the first two sentences actually is very specific. It says, I will provide the mathematics problem on the topic of differentiation in week 2, and the synchronous discussion on vision will be conducted in week 4. And this specific also, it's explaining the time-bound part of the SMART goal as well, because it says here week 2 and it explains week 4 as well. So this is like a time-bound and a limit of time that I've set to actually conduct and discuss the questions with the students through the synchronous discussion board on vision. Okay, and the part that's explaining about the attainable part, it's I will facilitate the discussion board by focusing the discussion and aligning the topic learning outcomes. So I'm sort of explaining how am I going to actually make sure that the synchronous session run smoothly, right? So this is the attainable part of the goal. And relevant, of course, is relevant because I'm going to teach semester 2 April 2020. So I'm setting a teaching innovation technique for that particular semester, and it is relevant to me because by applying this, I'm going to try whether this technique is actually effective in increasing student engagement and also improving the learning outcomes for the topic of differentiation. Okay, and timely, yes, because I've explained I'm going to do it in week 2 and also week 4. Right, in terms of measurable M, the element of M here, so I'm clearly stating here that students need to achieve at least 50% for the quiz in order to make sure that their learning has happened. So this is a target for the students, that they have to master the minimum competence of the topic differentiation by at least getting a 50% for the quiz, which will be conducted at the end of the synchronous session. Okay, so when you set a SMART goal, just bear in mind the SMART criteria, SMART, and you got to fulfill each element of the SMART goals in order to actually plan and achieve a goal. So please communicate this with the students when you're explaining it to them, or you are actually facilitating them, and also going through their SMART goals, and just make sure that all the students actually fulfills the SMART criteria, and they are very clear of what they want to achieve, how they want to achieve, and when they want to achieve the goal. Okay, now I'm going to discuss my second SMART goal. Okay, so I want to learn basic conversational Mandarin by April 2021. So this is very specific and it's also very time bound. Okay, I will commit myself to learn 2 words every day, and this is how I'm going to attain the goal. Okay, I want to learn Mandarin. This is the aspect of relevance. Yeah, so I want to learn Mandarin to survive my trip to Shanghai in May 2021. Okay, I will use an application called Learn Chinese Listening Speaking to learn the 2 new words daily. And in order to attain my goal, I will also use the 2 words that I learn daily, and also hopefully I pick up more words daily. So I will also converse in Mandarin with my children daily from 5 to 7 p.m. to achieve my goal. So that's the practice part of the language. And how I'm going to measure whether my goal is achieved. So by April 2021, I want to be able to converse in basic Mandarin to perform my daily errands wherever is relevant. So if I have an opportunity to speak Mandarin when I'm performing my daily errands, I would try my best to use it in order to make sure that I master the language basic Mandarin, so I will be able to have a smooth experience when I travel to Shanghai in May 2021. So this goal has also covered all the aspects of specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and also time bound. So when you go through the student SMART goal, just please make sure that the criteria of SMART is actually fulfilled by the student. Thank you very much.